In the purple, we have GoSuostojiy spawning, going for the super early pool. That was a 10 pool, guys, with the extractor trick to get an extra drone out. And we see, of course, xSixSuppy, no longer a team VP, has not been able to get another account yet, going for a very early gas and pool himself. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty aggro game starting out. And I would have to give the advantage to Suppy because he's going to get that gas up. He's going to have an earlier speed.
It's true.
I think he's going to be able to hold this just fine, although that is 8 lings on the way.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, that's a lot of lings.
It's not 6 lings, it's 8.
All ling.
Do we see an Overlord on the way?
I think we're going to see a very aggressive, very, 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 very super aggressive all-in here.
Absolutely. And Suppy, what are you doing? You're not actually making lings.
Yes. I mean, no.
You could see a real quick end to this game, guys.
This is not going to get scouted either, okay? Overlords are out of position
Overlord's
in this situation.
definitely not going to scout this.
Yep.
And the speed has been started, but the ling is about to hit the base. Let's take a look at that. Here they come, coming up the ramp. Suppy's going to see this. He's not going to be happy. He has 4 lings in production. The queen about to pop. He's definitely going to lose that queen unless he has some ridiculous micro.
Nice reaction there. He's going to leave the queen there for the Zerglings to engage a little bit.
Zerglings take out a couple drones, poor little drones, and now the engagement. Drone's getting a great surround on that. Queen doing a ton of damage. Lings out for Suppy now. I think Suppy's going to be able to hold this just fine. What transition do we see out of Ostojiy? The spine crawler back home for the defense.
And he did some damage, though. He did some stuff in there, buddy.
Absolutely. I mean, let's take a look at those. So 5 workers killed. So, you know, pretty significant there. I mean, if we just jump to the units tab, 11 drones for Suppy and 15 out for Ostojiy. So, you know, an aggressive play that definitely paid off for him. He's going to have the later speed, though, and that's the thing to really worry about here is what's going to happen when Suppy floods like 20 lings all with speed, and Ostojiy hasn't taken a gas yet.
Well, he's got to stay on the minerals for now, though, because he's trying to max out the dronage at this point.
Absolutely. Some more lings sneaking and doing a little bit more damage. Let's take a look at those units lost. No, did not manage to pick off any more workers. That's, of course, definitely what he's going for. And speed's finished up for Suppy now, so it's his turn to be aggressive. He's moving out across the map. We have 2 queens out, though, for Ostojiy. Third queen on the way.
Easy peasy, buddy.
That's going to be super easy defense. Going for the double gas now. I really like this play out of him. I think that's definitely the right move. And Suppy being a little bit indecisive with these lings. What will he find, though? He'll find that there is a roach horn go down.
Sure.
He'll find that he can take out a queen, I think.
Is he going to stick with it, though? They're trying not to. Ooh, and the ling numbers are going way down. 2 lings remaining there, and the 3rd queen pops just in time for the lings to escape. Ooh, they're going to come back for a scout, though.
Yeah, this is actually super interesting. Out of Ostojiy, he's moving all the way down here with these queens. And going for the roach warren as well. I actually wouldn't be surprised to see him go for some like big queen roach push. It's super unorthodox.
Some spine crawlers too.
Super unorthodox. But I mean, if you're staying on minerals this long and just getting the gas, 1 in that gas, 2 in that gas, so
maybe he just panicked and got that 3rd queen. He was expecting additional lings on the follow-up,
Maybe we'll see. He's not mining gas super efficiently right now. Actually, if you're only going to put 3 on gas and you want the most gas possible, that's actually the most efficient way to mine gas.
With 2 in 1?
With 2 in 1 and 1 in the other. Because putting the 3rd one in very, very, very slightly slows down the gas income.
Uh-oh, forward queen's going to be harassed here by these lings, and the health is getting low, but the run by.
Queens just turn around. Is he going to be able to pick any of them off? No, the transfuse goes down, saves that 1 queen. So queens, like I said, super beefy, super great unit. Suppy expanding himself. His expansion, I believe, is going to be before his opponents. And we see a move out here with these queens and these roaches, and that's actually kind of hilarious. Let's take a look at this queen for a moment
Actually, he
here.
could do that for now. He could get a couple of free overlords, perhaps, with those 2 roaches and the queen like that.
Perhaps. I just love how they move when they're off creep because they look so awkward. Let's take a look, though, guys. These lings continue to poke around, see what's up. And we have a ton of roaches now coming out for Ostojiy. So Ostojiy looks like he's going for it here. This could be pretty big.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roaches.
What does Suppy have?
8 roaches
here. Suppy
Wow.
just has lings.
That's kind of a lot of lings, though. And with another round, once he scouts this, that would cover it.
I don't
you
know.
think?
I mean, if those roaches, the problem is that these roaches are going to do so much damage, and if you keep the roaches all clumped up, it's too hard for the lings to get us around, and they're just going to get overwhelmed by the roach numbers. And OCG back home, he's got the queens out. He's pretty safe from any ling counterattacks, but Suppy insistent on trying to sneak these lings in.
OCG is going to wait for the +1 maybe, and then
The +1 would be an excellent timing to do it because, again, I mean, you know, OCG is in a position where as soon as he gets that +1, what is Suppy on tech-wise? Does he have a roach warden up yet? Yes, he finally does, but he's only
No
on
lair.
1 gas. No layer on the way.
Yeah.
Starting to get his own roaches out, though. So a good transition out of Suppy, but he's going to be behind in the roach battle all game long. And the lings are actually not super useful unless you're going to be doing a lot of counterattacking. And counterattacking is pretty hard on this map.
hey, there's a little baby one right there, and one drone goes down. Was that a second that also went down there? It possibly was. So that was worth it in my mind, man.
Yeah, we'll have to see. You know, these lings getting chased back. The roaches again poaching out onto the map. They're going to go ahead and poke up. I think that Suppy has enough to defend this. I don't know, though. Only 5 roaches. 10 more in production, though, for Suppy. So he should be fine against this.
Here they come,
Trying to
popping
set up
just in
these
time.
lings for the surround.
Yep.
Suppy's roaches all pop out. And here we
Malachi
go. Going
crunch
for the
time.
surround. He wants to take out these roaches, and that's a great move. He's going to lose all these lings, though.
Ooh.
Suppy, don't overextend yourself.
That +1 took those lings out so fast, man.
Oh, it absolutely does. And now OCG on the retreat as Suppy pushes forward with these roaches. Suppy, be careful, though. You don't want to lose these roaches. OCG with the earlier layer than his opponent and the definite supply lead as well. So I feel like OCG's build this game, you know, really kind of put him in the lead from the beginning, and he's just been capitalizing on it ever since. Great decision-making out of him. Suppy with his own +1 on the way. Finally decides to turn around, but that +1's going to be
Slower,
negated by the
than
+1 armor that's coming up for OCG.
Yep.
And
Okay.
OCG with the roach speed on the way as well, so he's going to have that quick speed, going to be able to reinforce.
Look down at the third of OCG. Yet again denying the expansion. Can I wail on that just a little bit more with that single
I mean,
wing?
because Suppy is
So
just
good.
so good at that. He's
Yeah.
like, I want to know exactly when you try and take that third, and I'm going to delay it as much as possible. So he gets the 1 ling. I wouldn't be surprised to see this pull back, start hammering on this expansion. Oh, but there's a single roach there. It's going to go scouting in its wonderful little pattern here across. And what do we see now? We see a move out with these roaches in the middle. OCG's going to go ahead and morph in an Overseer, and the third going down for Suppy as well. So matching his opponent's expansion, but he's behind in supply. Let's go ahead and take a look at the units here. Suppy actually not that behind in the roach count. Definitely behind in the roach upgrades, though. +2
Yeah.
attack already on the way for his opponent.
He did just throw down his third, though, up top, so that's good news. That's about halfway done now. So he is sort of keeping pace with OCG in that regard. They got the same timing nearly.
I mean, and this is ZVZ, so I mean, we could see, you know, a really poor engagement with roaches. So much of it comes down to the flanking, and Suppy has been so responsible. Look at the spreading his roaches,
Nice.
speed finishes. That's going to give a huge advantage to OCG. Suppy needs to be aware of that, but Suppy again with a good split. Don't lose these roaches though, Suppy.
Great place to engage there as OCG gets his roaches in. He doesn't have quite the good concave, though, and he's forced to move back a little bit.
I mean, and this is what we're talking about with getting that split on the roaches before you engage. For any of you Zerg players watching, watch what Suppy does with his units before he goes into combat. It is so responsible and so good. You should do it too. But regardless of that, I mean, Suppy's still behind in supply, behind in upgrades. Infestation Pit on the way for OCG as well, and Infestors are going to negate a lot of that good positioning.
You saw the Overseer there head out towards the middle of the map, and he's looking for the burrowed roaches and other surprises as he's going to move across the map behind it with his roaches. So this is going to be a nice tool here, especially with the OCG had burrow, right? Is that my imagination, or did you get burrow yet? Not quite.
No,
Oh,
OCG
bummer.
has not gotten burrow. It doesn't look like he started, and Suppy opting to go for the Hydra route instead of the Infestor route. OCG with burrow just starting now.
There we go. Okay, so burrowed roach with the or burrowed infestors, perhaps.
I mean, Brood Infestors definitely. I mean, that's one of those kind of hallmarks of this matchup is to use a lot of good Infestor play against Roach Hydra. Suppy getting this start up. Let's take a look at the drone count really quick. Suppy actually leading there, but 13 drones in production. Last I checked, 5 pop, another 5 about to pop. So xSixSuppy going to take that lead now, saturating this third base.
Yeah, that'll help the incomes.
And absolutely. Suppy getting another queen out, so I'm curious about that. I think we might see a macro hatch out of him soon. Looking at the income,
Very
Suppy,
even.
I guess pretty even.
Yeah.
Pretty even. xSixSuppy a little bit ahead on the gas income. Suppy looks like he is just now saturating these guys up. And Suppy with the Hydralisk now coming into the fray. The +1 attack leading the production tab, +2 about to finish. But that is not, of course, up to par with his opponent, who is at 2-1, about to have 2-2 on its way. The armor halfway finished. 2 Infestors out on the field. And here xSixSuppy goes.
Buddy. Yeah.
It is about that time, apparently. He's going to roll forward with this force.
It's about time to clear out this supply at the very least, but great split right there by Suppy. He's going to deny the
absolutely.
advancement.
And Suppy pulling back smartly, sees the Infestors with that Overseer, goes, uh-oh, I need to be super cognizant
Try
of
to
my
catch
split.
him here.
Split going down. There's a queen in this battle, though. And some of these Hydras getting caught in a bad position at the side, not able to do the concave they want, but at the top,
he's going to punch
definitely winning.
He's punching through. xSixSuppy's got the numbers here, and now the concave. Superior here for Suppy.
And the burrow goes down. Suppy has the better concave in this situation.
There we go.
And I think xSixSuppy was banking on that
so
burrow
low,
being
though.
really good. Yeah, everything's so low, and that's because of the fungal.
And the burrow did nothing because that Overseer was there, man.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the huge things. Suppy pulling back now. Suppy with the supply lead. So, guys, I mean, we saw him have better concaves in the last game on Shattered, and we're seeing the same thing here. So, Suppy with some, trademark Suppy splits, making the good stuff happen. But that's a lot of Infestors out, Rance. That's a ton of fungals. I'm worried for Suppy at this point.
He'll probably advance slowly. I don't. Well, wow. Yeah. Prove me wrong there, buddy. If I were him, I would wait for a little bit more energy in those things to really max out these fungals here. But maybe he's just saying, screw it, I don't have to wait. And here he comes. He tries to head off the previous split that was such a problem for him. He's going to move it. Big fungal right there coming out. And these units are going to get chewed up fast. I don't know if he has the numbers, though. Does he?
I'm not sure. I mean, Suppy is reinforcing so well, and that's a ton of Hydralisk there doing so much damage. The Infested Terrans going down as well. And
wow,
looks like
Suppy
is going to clean that up. He actually had some flanks come down from the third
he
base.
had some reinforcements that are
and
well timed.
These Infestors, though, are running for it. And Suppy doesn't have his detection up here. And oh no, Suppy, you don't want to engage into that. You need to be super careful. And it looks like Suppy's going to be the one pulling back here. If he doesn't lose all these Hydralisks,
oh boy,
this could be huge. Suppy has lost his roach count. You have to have the roaches in front of the Hydras, otherwise the Hydras just melt to the roaches. But it looks like Suppy with the reinforcing roaches going to be able to hold the middle.
Eek, trying to hold the line there. Well, he got greedy and he put up that fourth, as you can see, down on the south side with tons and tons of drones at it. And it looks like that could be one of the destinations for Suppy if he
Suppy
is
is
not
taking
gonna be
his
met.
fourth as well. Let's go back to this battle, though. A little bit of engagement here. And
that's a bad spot. Suppy needs to get out of there, bud.
Suppy not in the best engagement here. The Hydra's in the back doing a ton of damage, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Trying to micro back with these Hydralisks. No, please don't lose them. Oh, and then when the Hydra's so bad against roaches.
Boy, reinforcements, clutch timing it again for Suppy, and I guess it's more even than it looks here as xSixSuppy has to take the burrow to heal up just a little bit. That's a good looking force there for Suppy in this situation, but not with those reinforcements coming up.
And the flank coming from the back as well, taking out some of these Hydralisks. I think that Suppy's going to get cleaned up in this instance. What is he remaxing with just 13 roaches?
xSixSuppy's getting low. If this is microed right, I think Suppy could take this. Ooh, 5 more roaches going to add into the mix, changing things. And I love how quickly the tables are turning here in this battle. It's so even right now, Gwin. Supply-wise and all, everything is just so even. That's a lot of roaches now from xSixSuppy in this wave, though. And he's got some balls. He's going to be able to hang in. I'm digging the DPS coming out from the Hydras, though.
Yeah, I mean, the Hydras, let's look at some of these Hydras. 6-kill Hydra. Let's look at another Hydra. 10-kill Hydra, 11-kill Hydra, 5-kill Hydra. So the Hydra's paying for themselves, obviously, doing the damage that they have to with that +2 attack. But, I mean, that's the decision you make in this matchup. Do you get Infestors? Do you get Hydras? If you decide to try and go for both, you are often behind in tech or in upgrades for one or the other.
Here comes the numbers at you. You can see Suppy with a superior income slightly now. Looks like he's got the later phase.
Take a look at the unit count. Suppy ahead in the drone count, 70 to 63. So that's the reason for that. We're gonna jump off that. And Suppy maxed again. This engagement, not the best concave for Suppy, but xSixSuppy, you shouldn't have pulled back there. You actually had a pretty good concave.
Now Suppy's got a good one. Ooh.
And Suppy picking off so many of the roaches for free with no damage taken.
Yep.
But here we go. Huge fungal going down.
Nice. I wasn't surprised he had vision past the weeds there, but that did deplete a lot of those roaches, and they don't have burrow. Another gigantic fungal coming out here with the huge roach numbers. It's still, the battle is still hard to tell who's winning, though, because Suppy has so many Hydras back there doing sick DPS with their +2. It's getting tight out there, and xSixSuppy's about to lose his force. More roaches joining the mix on the south side here could end up helping xSixSuppy's concave, and oh my lord, look at that fungal changing the story yet again here in favor of xSixSuppy in this situation.
Absolutely. I mean, that was just, you know, proof right there. You know, if you didn't believe me before, this is exactly, oh, and look at the fungal going down on the burrowed roaches. That's pretty funny there. But, you know, this is just proof. If you don't get the good concave, it doesn't matter if you've got higher DPS, you will lose the fight. Suppy just was, you know, fell to that right there. Trying to get another good position, but this is a really scary army to engage into. I wouldn't do that.
Damn, that's some infestors.
Let's take a look at the production tab. 10 more roaches on the way. What is Suppy making? He's making infestors now.
I wonder what he's got out there. Well, he's gathering everything together right here. Okay, that's a pretty decent
Let's take
army.
a look at the upgrades. Do we see Hive Tech for either player on the way? No, it looks like both staying on Layer Tech. Would love to see a Broodlord transition.
So 41 roaches to 40 and 5 infestors to 1 infestor.
3 Hydras.
And 3 Hydras out there, yep. Ooh, Suppy's not looking so hot here without the Hydra numbers, though. I hope he'll be able to put together enough gas and minerals to get 7 or 8 more of those out in this mix
we'll have
here.
To see. And oh, look at this. Out of xSixSuppy, we see the Nidus network going down. Where is it going down? Looks like at the natural. All of his bases, are they going to be rallied there? No, but a whole bunch of troops going in. And I think that he's going to try and drop that Nidus at the 4th base. And that could be so huge if it gets up. And Suppy actually does not have any spotting there. So that could go up so easily. And if that gets up and he disrupts mining at this base, this is basically one of Suppy's only mining bases. The Nidus is going down. The Queen has just popped here. Oh no, this could be huge.
Around. Wow, he's sort of clueless about where it's at.
And he still has the full infestor spread, and I'm sure he's going to push through the middle at the same time. Nidus pops, Roach is streaming out of it into the space. What is Suppy going to do? He pulls back all of his forces, and that just opens the door for xSixSuppy to march through the middle. Yep. This base is going to go down. Oh, but the burrow on the drone, super smart. Nidus is going to go down. But look at this, you know, taking out this 5th base for Suppy easily. And now xSixSuppy is going to be able to get the concave he wants easily, taking out the defensive spines in the middle that Suppy so carefully placed.
Ooh, Suppy's going to try to slide down that ramp, though, and units get fungal, denying that exit.
Suppy getting some good fungals himself, though. Losing infestors, though. And look at this. He's just got the whole force box in here. Look at this concave he's created.
Ooh! That was a ballsy move, getting all those infestors out on the ramp like that.
Here comes Suppy. He just goes for it, runs out.
Oh, that's giant fumble.
Terrible engagement, though, for Suppy. I think his whole army's going to go down here.
Yeah.
Ooh! Going down on everything, though. So many roaches dying. xSixSuppy, though, with the reinforcement.
Who's remaxing faster, and it's just so even the whole time. Look at the supply just not moving even a little bit.
Suppy breaks out of that. That was amazing. I don't know how he did that. Picking off 2 infestors as well.
And xSixSuppy just
picking off another infestor. Will he get this infestor? This infestor still has energy for a fungal. No,
xSixSuppy was able to remax, sort of.
Look at xSixSuppy just going for the same Nidus in the same place again. Says if it worked once, I'm just going to do it again.
That's gangster. I like that play. That's a great play. He was able to remax back like that, so why not, right?
Absolutely. And look at this. The Nidus pops. He knows where it is. And he's just going to push through the middle again. Is he? Where are his forces this time? No. Looks like he's just actually going to engage up here. And Suppy, you need to learn and put an Overlord here or kill that Queen. Leaves like he's just going to leave 2 roaches there. That's also a good alternative. And Suppy.
This
Suppy
has been a marathon of ZVZ.
Suppy's got the Hive Tech transition.
I can't believe that this has lasted so long. Where's the other one?
Where's this other Nidus?
Oh, bottom side. Yeah.
Bottom side into main. That actually could be huge. Suppy with trying to come back with his forces, but a lot of roaches here already. Fungals need to go down on that.
No fungals yet. They're just streaming in still. Anything else going on the map? No, nothing else going on the map here.
Uh-oh. Ooh, and a little lag
there, yeah. But it looks like Suppy's got the numbers on Ostojiy.
Suppy's got the number. As a Nidus gone down over here, but he's not watching it. Suppy, what are you doing? Your roaches, they're so close.
I wonder if he's lagged.
And we had a huge infestor pull in here, throwing a whole bunch of infested Terrans. Those are going to be able to take out this hatch. The counterattack over here, the roaches are here, but there's only 4 of them.
Ling's heading towards the 4th base of Ostojiy as well. They're going to attack down there.
Suppy making a great counterattack there. So a lot of multi-pronged aggression. This base does go down. The roach force is going to be able to clean that up. But Suppy, you are morphing 4 Broodlords. Where are you doing that, Suppy? So I want to see these Broodlords.
I wonder. What are those 2 dots right there? Yeah.
No, those are infestors.
Infestors, okay.
Which is pretty sweet too. But Suppy, where are your Broodlords?
They're secret. They're invisible Broodlords.
Well,
there they are right
there.
Oh,
there they go. We saw them moving slowly. So Suppy now with the definite advantage. He's got Broodlords on the map. He went for that Hive Tech. Ostojiy has to respond by getting the Spire. He's continuing the Nidus aggression. Man, the same place again.
Yeah, dude.
3rd time's a charm, apparently.
Wait for the enemy to get to the middle of the map. Throw down the Nidus. It's such an inconvenience.
And it's all burrowed, too.
Yep.
And Suppy just pulling his drones at this point.
Mm-hmm. And where's he going to go next? He doesn't really have anywhere to go. He's just going to say, screw it, let's go to the 5th base location and pop that one down. So Roach is going to be in up front here as Roach is from Ostojiy in on the opposing side, and they're starting to get tons of drone kills here as that 4th base about to get taken down. I'm liking the advantage here for Suppy still, though. If we get into a base race, though, how does this go down?
I mean, if we get into a base race, I think with the Niduses that Ostojiy might have the advantage because if there's this counts as part of your base.
Okay.
So that's actually pretty huge. Suppy, though, ravaging this natural. Corruptor's on their way out. Gets the fungal on him. Gets the infested Terran down. Will he be able to finish him off, though?
Well,
needs to finish them off.
Yeah, those
Broodlords
will go down. Nice. And
starting to fall.
Punching through the natural expansion here is Suppy.
The Nidus, though, he needs to kill this Nidus. There it does. Finally goes down. These infested Terran need to focus down this Corruptor.
Hive's going to be under siege here in a second.
Main is going to go down. Didn't even bother with the Hive Tech. We have basically the whole force of Ostojiy.
Ooh, look at all
sitting
those
back here.
infestors.
And that's just going to roll through the bases of Suppy. So Suppy at some point is going to have to do something about this. I think he might lose this game when it comes to the base trade scenario. Is look at this. He's been building nothing but Corruptors and Spine Crawlers. That's going to delay this force quite a bit. No, he's actually going to pull back and defend.
That's kind of interesting. Well, I guess he knows he's mined out on both bases on either side. I wonder if he knows that he's also not building another base anywhere. I think he probably has a good idea of that. Here we go. It's down to the micro with the final battle here, and it's just the supplies are completely even right here, but huge fungal coming out. Tons of infested Terran spawn to deal with those Broodlords right there. And it looks to be Ostoji's game here, but look at the flanking roaches from the backside from Suppy. Sort of splitting forces there for a second. Oh, it's so close still, Gwin.
I think Ostojiy has it, though. The Broodlords doing a ton of damage, but the infested Terran's going to be able to finish that off for Ostojiy. He was able to burrow those infestors. Broodlords go down. Infestors go down. What does Suppy have left?
57 to 104 supply now. So now it's who's the biggest gangster? Because Suppy's got $200 right now.
I mean,
oh, there is an attack on the 4th base down the southwest.
That's going to be from those infestors. That actually is probably going to be able to take out that base. He's not going to go back and reinforce. And
everything's going to mine from that one mineral patch.
Yeah, like what can Suppy really do?
And he finally submits, which was
GG.
The right call. Yeah, he didn't quite have the army out there, man. But wow, what a close match! That was freaking sick.
That was, I think, probably the most epic.
That was game 3 too.
That was the most epic ZVZ I have ever seen.
I'm kind of with you on that, Gwen. That was really